Hi everyone, this is LaMunyon, and welcome to part 4 of my beginning massage video series. Previously we did the back and the upper chest. Today I'm going to show you 5 tips for a wicked foot massage. And this last tip, I'm really excited about it. I just figured it out and it's my favorite. Alright, so let's get started. The very first tip, don't go too deep, too quick. You can eventually go very deep in the feet, but it's important to be gentle and slow and to thoroughly warm up the feet before digging in. So I'm going to start out by just moving her ankles around. Just introducing myself to the feet. Oh, we were discussing Corey's nail polish earlier. What color do you think she should paint her toes next? I'm voting for an orange because orange is awesome, but I really like this color. It's like a deep berry wine kind of thing. So anyways, like I was saying, go really slow to start out with. The biggest mistake that I see people do is just, jamming in a finger too quickly. Although this seems to be working out okay. All right, my second tip is the ankle jiggle. Since this is I'm using such a broad surface area, I'm using the blade of my hands. I'm not poking in with fingertips. When you have a broad surface area, the speed and pressure feels incredibly grounding. I have clients who this is all they want. This is one of my favorite moves. I know it doesn't look like I'm doing anything, but if you are familiar with my back massage video in this series, I do a few craniosacral holds where I have one hand on the low back and one hand on the back of her head. Well, this is similar. I'm just feeling her heels in my hands And I've been waiting for the pulsing in her feet to even out. And so, if you do this at home, you may not feel the pulses right away, or you might feel them. You might. Sometimes people experience energy as heat. For me, it feels like a warm cross between water and air. All right. So, my third tip is to work the tops of the ankles. There's some really juicy spots. For example, there's a little groove right here. If you put a few fingers in there, very gently at first, and brace your thumbs along the arch of the foot, and just kind of move the feet around. You can get some good spots on the arch of the foot at the same time as you're addressing the tops of the ankles. Yeah, so let me know what color you think Corey should choose next. I'm feeling very attached to orange, so I think everyone should help me convince Corey that orange is the right color for her toes. I'm going to flip back to tip number 2, the ankle jiggle. And I don't know if you can see this, but I'm putting the meaty part of my thumb into this little groove right here. Because before I had this part down here around her ankles. So I'm moving the pressure just a little bit. Just to help address the top of the foot. So an easy way to help yourself remember to rub the whole foot is to divide the foot into zones. So each toe from top to bottom is a zone. So here we have zone 1, 2, 3, 4, and then zone 5. And so if you start on the outer edge of the heel and just work your way up, there's all of zone 5 or zone 1, zone 5 in reflexology. This is a real, I guess, an extra tip for you guys. This is a really good spot. There's a little bone and there's this soft tissue that if you just gently strip, you want to be real gentle around the ankle. But a lot of tension builds up right here. I find that working this area allows for better balance, because people can access the outer edge of their foot with more freedom. All right. For my fourth tip, which works because we're right here by a little toe, is to just take your toe and do this on every toe. And you push in just a little bit and then you rotate. Push in and rotate in small or large circles in every direction. And now we'll start on zone 2. Notice how I'm rubbing the tops and the bottom of the feet. It is harder to access the tops of the feet because they're just they can be very, very tense. Which is why when I'm using pressure on the soles of the feet, I like to use that opportunity to allow my fingertips to just glide over very gently, trying to loosen up the tissues. It feels really good to go in between the toes as well, on the tops of the feet. And now we do zone 3. And flipping back to tip number 3, see how I'm using my fingertips. Still technically in zone 3, just to work this soft spot at the top of the ankle. It's just, there's lots of connective tissue and tendons. There's also a whole bunch of acupressure points all along this top of the ankle, which is why it's super good to work. All right, well, we might as well review our tips before I show you guys my new favorite awesome trick. So we have go super slow. Don't go too deep, too quick. We have ankle jiggles. We have working this juicy line of tension along the tops of the ankles. And then we have pushing the toes, holding the toes, pushing them in, and doing circles. All right, so finally, tip number 5. So you've warmed the foot up, so it's all right to use some specific pressure. What we're going to do is we're going to use our fingertips or our knuckles all along the top ridge of the ball of her foot, right where the toes meet. It's this secret, sneaky tension holding spot. And so as you can see, I am going deep this time. So you can go down like this, and then you can go across. This is a reflexology. These are the reflexology points for the tops of the shoulders. So you could experiment and see, whoever you're giving a foot rub to, you can, feel their shoulders and just see, that knot is really tight right there. And then after you give them a foot rub, while working the super secret shoulder knot destruction area, you'll be able to see if their knots loosened at all. And either way, this is going to open up the toes and give your client or partner more space and mobility, gripping power, so to speak. All right, you guys, make sure you leave me a comment about what color you think Corey should paint her toes. Team Orange or whatever you think. Because we've got a glamorous new massage model here who likes to give herself pedicures. All right, everyone, thank you so much for joining me. My name is Melissa LaMunyon, and you've been watching part 4 of my beginner's massage series. I hope you'll watch the other videos and stay tuned for the final installment. Consider checking out our Patreon campaign. I hope this relaxed you as much as it did me and Corey. Stay tuned for the final installment of my beginner's massage series. Please be sure to check out the previous videos. And to learn more about me, you can visit sensibletoolbox.com.